All right, so here we have notes 0.9 intro to the inequalities. And so one thing you need to know, and you should write a love note for, is that the mouth opens to the bigger number. Okay, so if we have the greater than symbol, that is going to look like so, where the mouth opens to the left. If we have the greater than or equal to symbol, that opens to the left as well, but because it's equal to, we have to put half of the equal sign underneath. Then we have less than, which opens to the right side, but again, it's just less than, so we don't need the equal. But then we have less than or equal to, so we have the less than symbol with half of the equal sign. Now, when we graph these inequalities on a number line, if it's a closed dot, that means we use the less than or equal to and the greater than or equal to. So if you ever see that little half of the equal sign underneath, that means you are going to have a closed dot. If it's an open dot, that's only the less than or the greater than symbol. So that does not have the half of the equal sign underneath. So we're going to determine whether the given value makes a true statement. So we have k plus 8 is greater than or equal to 19 if k equals 11. So plugging in k equals 11, so I'm going to replace this k with an 11. We have 11 plus 8, which gives me 19. So we check if is that true. Is 19 greater than or equal to 19? Yes, right? It is equal to, so that is a good statement. Now let's look at number 2 here. 12 is greater than f if f equals 3. So I'm going to replace the f with a 3. Everything else remains the same. Is this true? Is 12 greater than 3? Yes, it is. Remember, again, that mouth opens to the bigger number. All right, so that's how you would handle these ones. If you need more examples, we'll do those later. All right, when you practice graphing inequalities, you really want it so that your variable is on the left side, because then the arrow will point you in the direction you should go. Now, be careful with your mouth. If you have to move your variable to the other side, make sure the mouth is still pointing in the right direction. So let's look at number 7. Let's just do some. We have k is greater than 11. Our variable is already on the left side. Our arrow is pointing to the right. This is where that open or closed dot comes into play. It doesn't have the little half equal sign, so it's going to be an open dot. And because the arrow points to the right, we also will go to the right. So open dot at the 11, and our arrow goes to the right. Now in this one, my variable is on the right side. I want to put it on the left. So I'm going to rewrite this. So I have f and I have my 12. Now look, see how my mouth opens to my 12? So it should still open to my 12, and then don't forget the equal sign. We don't want to make any silly mistakes, so make sure the mouth is still opening to the correct piece. So I have a less than or equal to symbol, which means I will have a closed dot. So at 12, I'm going to have a closed dot. Let's do this in a color. And then my arrow says that my f is going to be less than that. And so it's pointing to the left side. So when I fill it out, I'm going to draw an arrow from my closed dot to that left side. Let's look at number 11. So 11, we have 0 is less than or equal to b. My b is on the right side, so I want to fix that so I know which way I'm supposed to go on my number line. So I have b and I have my 0. Now, my mouth opens to my b, so I need to still open my mouth to the b. And we have this equal to underneath. So I've rewritten it so that my variable's on the left. And I was careful with my mouth. If my mouth opened to the b originally, it should still open to the b when I fix it. This is going to be a closed dot because it's got the little half equal sign underneath. So at 0, I'm going to have a closed dot here. And then it says that b is greater than or equal to 0, and so it kind of helps that it's telling me my arrow's pointing in that direction. So that's where I shade on my number line. All right, if you need more examples of this, we will go through them at the end of the video. On the back, we have some word problems. So just think about what the word problem is saying to you. So number 13 here, it says the McDonald family spends no more than $150 for groceries each week. So we know they spend $150. It says no more than. So does that mean you will spend more than that? No, it does not. So my mouth will only open to the 150 because we don't want to go over that 150. And then we would graph this, right? You're going to have to write your own numbers on the number line. But since it's no more than, we do an open dot, and then we are pointing to the left here. So I draw my shading to the left. Let's look at the next one here. So Jared earns at least $10 when mowing the lawns. So I'm gonna put X and I'm gonna put 10. If it says at least, right, that means he has potential to make more than $10, but he can definitely make $10. So that's where I'm gonna have the greater than or equal to. There's a lot of interpreting. I'm gonna give you guys a little half sheet with the different little phrases that go with the inequalities. All right, so I'm gonna put 10 in the middle here, and then 11, 12, 9, 8. So I have a closed dot because it's greater than or equal to. My arrow's pointing to the right, so I'm gonna shade to the right. All right, so if you need help with 15, 16, again, I will do those in class with you. If you're like, I got this, I can do my exit ticket and my homework, then go ahead and do your exit ticket and your homework.